40 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 16 for 30 from the field in 38 minutes. Let that sit for a second. 40 points tonight. Efficient, controlled, ruthless, and the scary part? It didn't even feel like Anthony Edwards was forcing the issue. It felt inevitable.
Edwards flares to the corner, releases another three, hotter than fish grease.
Because what we're watching in the 2025-26 season isn't just another all-star leap. It's not just a young scorer stacking numbers. It's the transformation of a franchise talent into a legitimate MVP tier force. Anthony Edwards is 24 years old, and right now, he looks like one of the 5 most dangerous players on the planet. Tonight's 40-piece wasn't empty calories. It came within the flow of the offense. Early in the game, he wasn't hunting shots. He was reading coverage. The defense tried drop coverage. He punished it with pull-up threes. They switched smaller defenders onto him. He walked them down into the mid-post and elevated over them like it was practice. Did they send help? He made the right read, hit the weak side shooter, and waited for the defense to blink again. By halftime, he had already crossed the 20-point mark.
Edwards, a contested three. It doesn't matter for Ant-Man. Connects again.
But what stood out wasn't just the scoring. It was the command. He was talking on defense, calling out coverages, rotating early, closing out under control, then turning around and detonating in transition like he'd been shot out of a cannon. There was a stretch in the third quarter where the opposing team cut the lead to single digits.
Bad losses for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's not their offense. They've got 77 points.
The arena got tight. Possession slowed down. That's where young stars sometimes rush. Edwards didn't. He slowed the game to his pace. A hesitation dribble into a hard right-hand drive, and one finish. Next possession, step back 3 over a contest. And has leaped from an explosive scorer to a 2025-26 season. Throughout this year, Edwards has leaped from an explosive scorer to a complete offensive engine.
Edwards working on Wallace. Step back, fires.
He's hovering around 30 points per game, but the efficiency spike is what separates this version from the earlier editions. His field goal percentage is climbing. His three-point shooting has stabilized in the high 30s. His true shooting percentage is comfortably in elite territory for high-usage wings. But the real jump? Playmaking. He's reading double teams earlier. He's manipulating weak-side defenders with his eyes. His assist numbers are up, not because he's padding stats, but because defenses have no choice but to collapse on him. He's making pocket passes out of pick and roll, while hitting corner shooters on time, on target. There are nights when he looks less like a pure 2-guard and more like a primary offensive hub. That evolution changes everything for Minnesota, because context matters. The Timberwolves entered this season with real expectations, not fun young team expectations. Real Western Conference pressure. There have been injuries, lineup changes, nights where spacing shrinks and the offense stalls. And in those moments, Edwards isn't just scoring, he's stabilizing. When the offense bogs down, he attacks the rim. When the paint is crowded, he leans into his mid-range package. That footwork has sharpened. The balance on pull-ups is cleaner. The patience is noticeable. He's not rushing into traffic anymore. He's probing, backing out, re-attacking. Defensively, he's embraced the challenge. He's taking primary assignments against elite guards and wings. His on-ball pressure has improved. His hands are more active. He's jumping passing lanes without gambling out of position. The defensive metrics back it up. Minnesota's defensive rating with him on the floor is significantly stronger than when he sits. This isn't empty star production. This is a two-way impact, and it wasn't always guaranteed to look like this. Early in his career, there were questions. The motor, the shot selection. Could he refine his game beyond athletic dominance? Could he become efficient enough to lead deep playoff runs? Was he wired for the grind of superstardom, or just built for highlights? We've seen hyper-athletic scorers flame out before, players who thrill crowds but never tighten the screws on the details. Edwards didn't flame out, he refined. You can see it in the way he attacks closeouts now. He's not barreling blindly, he's reading the defender's top foot. He's countering with spin moves, floaters, and controlled finishes. He's drawing fouls at a higher rate. His free throw percentage has climbed, turning aggression into guaranteed points. There are flashes of Dwayne Wade in the downhill pressure, shades of Kobe in the footwork evolution. But this isn't imitation, it's synthesis. He's building his own version of dominance, and tonight's 40-point performance was a snapshot of that growth.
On the cross and tween, step back three, got it!
He finished efficiently from the field, knocked down multiple threes,
Flares to the corner, releases another three, hotter than fish grease.
got to the line, grabbed key rebounds, and perhaps most importantly, he didn't disappear late.
This is what they need to do, continue to connect offensively. As you see, Anthony Edwards gets on the board.
In the final minutes, when the game tightened again, the ball found him. Not because he demanded it with ego, but because the team trusts him implicitly. Isolation at the top. Defender is crowding his right hand. Edwards jab-stepped, leaned left, crossed back hard, created a sliver of space, and rose for a clean mid-range jumper. Net. Next possession, he attacked the rim, drew help, and kicked to the corner for a dagger three. That's maturity. That's understanding that dominance isn't just about scoring. It's about bending the defense until it breaks. Statistically, this season has placed him firmly in the MVP conversation. His scoring volume, his efficiency, his defensive engagement, his clutch time numbers. They're all trending upward. In games decided by 5 points or fewer, his shooting percentage spikes. His turnover rate drops. That's not random, that's composure. Advanced metrics show his on/off differential among the best for high-usage wings in the league. When he sits, Minnesota's offense noticeably dips. When he returns, pace and pressure increase. Teammates get cleaner looks. The floor opens. Coaches around the league have started adjusting game plans specifically for him. Early traps, hybrid zones, switching schemes is designed to crowd his driving lanes. And yet the production continues. That's the mark of a real star. What makes this sustainable is the foundation. He's built like a tank, strong enough to absorb contact, explosive enough to separate, skilled enough now to punish whatever coverage he sees. And mentally, he's evolved from fearless scorer to calculated attacker. He talks about winning differently now. Less about highlights, more about habits, more about film study, more about accountability. Teammates have mentioned his voice in huddles. Louder, clearer, more direct. He's not just leading with points, he's leading with presence.
Got to the elbow, that's one of his great spots.
The Timberwolves' ceiling this season is directly tied to how far this version of Anthony Edwards can take them. With his current trajectory, they're not just a playoff team. They're a problem, a real one.
10 to shoot.
Spin to the baseline, the rise. Oh, the lead!
Because when you have a wing who can score 40 without hijacking the offense, defend at a high level, and make the right read under pressure, you have something every contender needs: a closer, a tone setter, a star who doesn't blink. And here's the bigger picture. He's 24. This isn't peak decline management. This isn't a veteran squeezing out one last run. This is early prime ascension. If this is the baseline for his 2025 to 26 campaign, what does 26 look like? 27? And what happens when the game slows down even more for him? Can he win an MVP? Absolutely. Can he be the best player on a championship team? The signs are pointing that way. Tonight's 40 points weren't just another stat line. They were confirmed. Confirmation that the leap is real, that the refinement has stuck, that the kid who once relied purely on explosions has evolved into something far more dangerous. A complete offensive weapon, a committed defender, a franchise cornerstone entering his prime. And if this is the version of Anthony Edwards the league has to deal with for the next 5 years, the Western Conference better start adjusting now. Because he's not waiting for permission anymore. He's taking it. So when you watch Anthony Edwards drop 40 with control, with composure, with authority, what do you see, a star? Or the beginning of something even bigger?